What's good, Deluxe family? Welcome back to the channel, man. In this video right here, we got the top 10 prison escapes caught on video. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna keep it a full buck. No cap at all. If I was to ever go to jail, if I was to ever go to prison, I'm escaping. No cap. I'm escaping from there. I'm not gonna be in there for my sentencing. I'm gonna be escaping, and it's simple. You know what I mean? Especially if I get life, simple. You know what I mean? I'm going to spend every single day in there trying to figure something out, making different connections, anything. Because I'm not staying in jail for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's a hypothetical situation. Let me clear the air. I'll never be going to jail. I'll never be going to jail. You know what I mean? But we about to see the top 10 prison escapes on video. Without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Hey everyone, this is Shrinkrave here, and in today's video, we'll be going through the top 10 prison escapes.
The helicopter forced to land
Look at
on
that.
the prison roof for more than 6 minutes.
As deputies sprint
He has someone.
We
Oh!
got a South African prison break. These
The
guys
fuck?
were locked in the back of a police car and managed to find a
Bro, that cop, he looked like he just died.
really funny way to get out.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Help the homie out too. Dip up out of there.
Moving on over the guy who got arrested. He was in court for a sentencing, and I guess he just didn't want to be there, so he bolted. And the cops chased him, but they weren't able to catch him. He got away. One cop actually tried to act like a superhero and ended up getting hurt, but it was just a mess of a situation.
This is 33-year-old Nicholas
Bro.
Garrison in a July mugshot.
So he ended up getting away.
On felony meth charges. This is Garrison dashing out of a Highland County Common Pleas courtroom during his sentencing as deputies sprint to try and catch him. Hallway video shows Garrison run down
Bro.
the stairs. Deputy Ben
Bow.
hurls himself over the railing trying to pin down Garrison.
I talked to him this morning. He's
Nah, look at this ugly ass. Nah, hold up. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Can we all recognize the
Garrison
fact?
run
Let me
down
show you
the
guys something real
stairs.
quick. This dude is a dad, alright? This dude is a dad. He doesn't look like the most fit dad. You know what I mean? He looks like he's starting to age. Who the fuck do you think you are jumping over a railing like that? Like Superman or something? Bro, what you think was gonna happen?
Deputy Ben Renault hurls himself over
Damn.
the railing trying to pin down
Slid down the
Garrison.
floor.
I talked to him this morning. He's still in a lot of pain. He had some fractured ribs and
Damn.
a concussion, a mild
Bow.
concussion, I guess. And,
Damn.
I think he said he broke 4 ribs.
Remember, this is wild. This guy, he's in prison, and it's one of those, like, taller prisons with a bunch of floors and stuff, but this guy,
Hey, that's a good plan though. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you about to get a sentencing or whatever ticket, just run out of the courtroom. Bow. Hit the
he
skates
was
on him.
up on, like, the 12th floor, and he escaped by breaking out a window and building a giant rope of bed sheets. And he scaled down this building 12 whole stories over 100 feet and managed to get out and jump over the fence.
An accused Metro murderer in plain clothes and limping, but back in cuffs after a brief taste of freedom on Friday. Pablo Robledo escorted through the front door of the Oklahoma County Jail, not the way he left 9 hours earlier.
This man had nothing to lose.
7 a.m., Oklahoma City police first finding his cellmate, Jose Hernandez, lying on the concrete outside, his leg broken. 12 stories above, a busted-out window, and Robledo gone with a 2-hour head start. The 34-year-old originally in jail connected to a 30-year-old man's murder last year.
And this was going to be the stupidest thing I
Damn,
ever
that's
heard.
crazy.
We got 2 inmates who pulled the old switcheroo on some guards, and one inmate was actually set to be getting out of prison that day. However, the other inmate saw an opportunity and offered this guy $1,000 for his information so that he could be the one to leave instead. And they looked similar enough that it would work out. And on top of that, because of the whole sickness situation, this guy, he could wear a mask so they wouldn't verify it as easily. And it turns out it worked. They pulled a fast.
Hard to discover new audiences? It's time to try Taboola. Get exposed.
One. However, they ended up getting figured out later, and now the guy who sold the information is in a lot of trouble and getting sentenced to more time.
Was Quentin Henderson's day to leave
Damn, that's
Cook County
tough.
jail, originally booked on drug charges. Instead of leaving jail, he sold his personal information to fellow inmate Jacquez Scott, a promise of $1,000, the going rate for freedom. Scott, wearing a protective face mask, used Henderson's info and left jail. Now a man accused of unlawful use of a weapon with a $50,000 bond is nowhere to be found and was able to simply walk out.
Moving to 6, I love this one. It's not technically a prison escape, but it is insane. These prisoners in Ecuador, they sealed up and flooded basically one of their prison yards, so it was a giant swimming pool.
Bro,
and
what?
Basketball hoops in there as well, so they could play water basketball. Bunch of different things.
That don't look like prison. That look like a lit ass pool party.
Have a ton of fun, and at a certain point, you have to ask yourself, like, if inmates can do this and pull this off without the guards being able to do anything about it, at a certain point, they could all just escape if they wanted to.
Music playing and all that. Damn. The only thing is that's like really trash is that they have no cheeks there. Like, there's no booty cheeks at all. Like, usually you have some girls in bikinis and shit. It's all beef sticks and guys, and you need to have some girls up in that thing. Hey, but they're lit. You know what I'm saying? They having fun with the bros, I guess. That's definitely lit. How did they do that? How did they even fill it up?
Item 5, the guy who was at a police station, he got picked up for doing something. It wasn't his first time getting arrested, or even getting arrested this year. He had gotten arrested multiple times, but he was being escorted out to prison. And while he was being escorted out by, I believe it was a single officer or something like that, obviously he has handcuffs on, but he decided to make a mad dash and try to get away from this officer and see if he could escape. Now, somebody who gets arrested multiple times in a single year and then also is trying to escape from a police officer probably doesn't make the best decisions, but this guy, he had the brilliant decision this time of jumping into a river with handcuffs on, because there was a river right next to this department, and unfortunately for him, it didn't work out.
Bro, what the fuck?
He did escape from police, but he also drowned.
An officer
He died?
was escorting him out to be taken to the Pinellas County Jail. His hands were in handcuffs when all of a sudden he broke free from that officer, made his way toward the water. As you can see, the parking lot here at the police department very close to the bay. And with the handcuffs still on, we're told jumped in. Investigators say it's not known if Brownlow was experiencing some sort of mental episode, and they won't know until after an autopsy if he may have been drinking or on drugs. Paramedics pulled Brownlow from the water. They gave him CPR, but they were not able to revive him. The Treasure Island Police Department did not respond to my requests for comment.
Bro, what? Why would you jump into a water handcuffs behind your back at that? Damn.
Particularly interesting situation, because this guy, he escaped from prison a super long time ago. In 1979, in fact. He was in the process of serving an 18-year sentence for armed robbery when he escaped, and he managed to escape when he was on work detail, so...
Ibotta is partnering with Walmart to give away...
and that kind of stuff. It's a little bit easier, especially back in 1979, I would assume, but... he managed to get completely free. He got like fake IDs, all that kind of stuff, and then didn't commit any crimes for the rest of his life, at least from what I understand. Unfortunately for him, now 40 years later, he was too drunk in public one day on New Year's, and apparently a cop asked for his ID, ran it, realized it was a fake ID, and he's now in trouble, and they're gonna make him go back to prison to serve out that 18-year sentence.
What?
So the real question is do you think that's what should be done, or should he just be let go and let be free?
According to the State Department of Corrections, Romero was serving an 18-year sentence for armed robbery in Aiken County when he escaped on December 13th of 1979. Director Brian Sterling says Romero was picked up by the Dover Police Department after he was seen drunk and loitering, and he handed them a fake ID.
Honestly, bro, honestly, I wouldn't make him do the rest of the 18 years. I wouldn't. Why? Because it wasn't like he was out on the streets, like, doing the same thing. Obviously, he didn't get any more cases, so probably would just give him, like, if anything, just a year, because he was drunk in public or something like that. I don't really know, but 18 years is a lifetime.
After they ran his prints through the National Crime Information Center, they got a hit. Director Sterling says Romero could have been out of prison by now, but now he's looking at even more time.
Real quick, before the next one, make sure you like on this video and also subscribe to my channel, or else you're going to go to prison
Leave
tomorrow.
a like down below.
This one is terrifying. This guy escaped from prison, and there was a big manhunt of a bunch of officers out there looking for him. They've got dogs, all that kind of stuff. In fact, this guy, he was actually seen by a woman outside of her apartment, and she chased him down with a meat cleaver. He managed to escape and eventually came across another dude's apartment that he broke into and managed to get inside. And he was hiding behind like a blanket or inside of a closet or something like this inside of his house as this dude who lived there was inside. And he realized shortly thereafter that this guy was in there, but had been watching him for 3 hours before he realized, and the police caught him.
I grabbed my flashlight, moved the sheet.
Nah, this dude looks funny though.
He's been sitting behind my chair for 3 hours.
Fear is still written all over Terry Pearson's face
That's
as he
OD.
describes the moment he locked eyes with the suspect hiding inside his apartment.
I went running that way for the police that I knew were in the backyard hollering, and he's in there, he's in there.
Police say the intruder was a prisoner who escaped federal custody Wednesday afternoon.
That's
That means
crazy,
you get
bro.
a prison worker who
That's
got into
crazy.
a ton of trouble after this one, because this actually involves a kitchen worker inside of the prison who had some access to the inmates and actually helped several of them escape from prison. Now, what this worker actually did, they didn't necessarily specify. However, they helped out in some way. On top of that, there was a getaway driver that was also there to help out. And basically, these guys, they scaled 2 fences. They put clothing over the spiky stuff on the fence and managed to scale over those, and I guess nobody saw them or something, but it's wild.
The 2 men didn't have contact with Zindal until they met in jail, but they have no clear answer for why she helped them in the first place. And while he says she helped them escape, the sheriff didn't say exactly how. The 2 escapees had a getaway driver at some point Thursday, but that was someone else.
Is that time of year?
That's different. That's crazy.
To pay for all of this?
And fun, we're starting to do off with one that is literally out of the movies. These guys actually hijacked a helicopter in this 2013 prison break, used that helicopter to go to the prison, landed on top of the roof.
Bro, that's the way you gotta do it. You gotta make shit happen. You gotta make it work. Some GTA shit right
Brought
here.
some of the inmates out on that helicopter. It was like the most wild escape you could
That's
think
lit.
of.
3 years ago, inmates strolled the sunny courtyard, but that routine was used as part of a plan. In this footage obtained by CTV, a hijacked helicopter arrived, throwing down rope 2 inmates had been waiting for. But the movie's script escape didn't follow the plot.
Damn.
Climbing out of the yard proved impossible. The helicopter forced to land on the prison roof. For more than 6 minutes, unarmed prison guards watched and recorded the convicted felons slowly get away.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Wow,
Thanks
they got
for watching.
away?
See you later, guys. Shabam.
Wow, they got away. That's the way you gotta do it, man. That's the way you gotta do it. Yo, if you did watch this point of the video, make sure you do like and subscribe. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. The same way you're gonna catch me in the next one. Peace.